In this video today, I want to talk about something that's only a matter of time before it becomes a hot topic again, and that's the block button. Usually when people discuss the up and down sides of having a block button versus directional blocking, they really focus on the aspect of that there's no cross-ups if you have a block button, because it takes away the left-right mix-ups. And so usually games with block buttons have to focus a lot on the up and down mix-up, right? So overheads, lows. I don't think that the mix-up game is why people don't like it. People don't like it because it has a deeper implication for the neutral game, and that's what I want to focus on, because I don't think many people realize this. So I've got a few screenshots here that I took on both my local Discord and on Reddit. So this is a guy saying, if Soul Calibur was without a block button, I would have been a much bigger fan. And this is one of the few people I actually got to try the game. He's replying, I don't really have any problems with it anymore. SE6 interested me from the beginning and Tekken did not. The first impression counts. Then the other guy replies again, it forces you to stand still. So yeah, this is much of the same. This is a very good player in our local. I mean, so is this guy. He's saying the most frustrating part about the block button is every time you want to defend, you are locked in place. Same thing. This is him again, saying, for example, when you're on the defensive and you're walking back to create space, that doesn't work while you're holding a block button. And then he jumps back to directional blocking. So when you just walk back, you're blocking if they do a button, and you're creating space if they do nothing. So holding back to block is in itself a sort of defensive option select. And this is a very good summary of why people dislike the block button, because it takes away a defensive aspect in neutral. Again, this is a guy on Reddit asking specifically for games with a dedicated block button because he's not interested in trying the games without them. And then this is me. I think this was a few months ago when this discussion came up in our Grand Blue channel. I was saying people are not annoyed by the fact that you have to press a button to block. It's literally just a button. But people are annoyed by the fact that walking backwards isn't free, but it's a commitment. And that completely changes the neutral. I have a very good example of what I mean by these implications for neutral, right? This is a clip from the MK11 Summit of Time. This is Winners Final, Sonic Fox versus Dragon. Sonic Fox is on Jackie Briggs, Dragon is on Cetrion. When I watched this live, and even though it's been like a year ago, and it's kind of weird that I'm only starting to talk about it now, but Sonic Fox is going to take this game with a play that completely blew my mind. It seemed so risky to me when I initially saw it. What's cool about this game is afterwards they're discussing the match, both players, in front of the camera, and you'll get to hear his thought process. So I'll just put it on now.
Oh, no calculation from Sonic Fox.
So he's going to break away here.
Yep. There it is.
It's late, but he's good still.
Bit of a scuffle. Now watch this.
Okay.
That is such a risky play to me, right? And I could not understand it when I first saw it, so I'm gonna turn it back just a little bit so you can see it again.
It's late, but he's good still. Oh, is it safe? Okay.
I don't think that was a whiff punish. I don't think so. But I'm gonna let them discuss it.
Beating me like a first to three, like right there, and I like punched his head off, like literally, I was just like,
I can't believe you did that.
yeah, because I was just, literally right there.
Yeah, so this is them starting to discuss the match, right?
Mine was like, he's gonna try to get out of 4-3 range,
Yeah.
because every blocker you will die. So I was like, hey, when I read that, I was like, that's right.
I actually thought you were.
See what Sonic Fox said? He thought he was going to try to get out of range of his string, right? So what he's saying is, I think you're going to walk back. So that's why he did the dash punch. And because you cannot block directionally in this game, he has the option of calling out a backwards walk. You can do that in a game like Street Fighter, technically, if your character has the tool for it. Like if you're Bison, you can do a slide. Or if you're Balrog, you can do the EX low dash punch. But the key difference is it has to be a long range, fast, low. And in a game like MK, it can be really anything, as long as it's long range. This play would not have worked in Street Fighter, because the dash punch, since he's walking backwards, it would have just been blocked. You know what I mean?
We were gonna do that, but I was a millisecond too late.
Yeah.
Like my brain thought it like literally a millisecond.
Yeah. So he's saying that he was on the same page, but not quickly enough, right? Now, another aspect of directional blocking that a lot of people don't realize is there is something called proximity guard, which means that if I'm starting a move, my proximity guard box and your character box collide, you will not be able to move backwards, right? So I've recorded Bison walking backwards here, then I'll show you, right? So he's going to walk back. See that? He's walking back, walking back. But if I load up this punch, see what I mean? Like, I am controlling his movement with my normals. And that is not something that happens in a game with a block button. Right? But there are some strings where maybe you can walk out or dash back out of the final hit, you know what I mean? But because of the proximity guard, the game doesn't let you, right? So what I'm trying to say is there are many implications that, in my opinion, are very cool that a block button lets you do. So yeah, so this is, see what I mean? I mentioned that if I want to call out this backwalk in a game without a block button, I specifically need to do low attacks, right? Because the trade-off you get in a game with a block button, where you're blocking but you can't move, that only happens in a game like this when you're holding down back. So if I want to shut down his movement, I can either use proximity guard or I can use low attacks if they're long range enough. So this is also why quote-unquote random things like a bison sweep are sometimes pretty good, because they're literally a call out to someone doing this.